So welcome to the third installment of our discussion. So ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin yung rules sa pagko-compute ng balances sa ledger. So the first balance is always equal and of the same side with that of the first entry. So yun yung ginagawa natin kanina. Kapag unang entry sa ledger, kung ano yung unang entry, yun din yung balance niya. Let's take this example, yung vehicles. So, meron siyang unang entry, 1 million debit. So, you will just copy the first entry. So, yung 1 million na entry niya na debit, yun din yung balance niya, 1 million debit. Same with the capital account. You will just copy the first entry. So, yung first entry niya is 1 million 3 credit, kaya yung balance niya is 1 million 3 credit. Second rule, if the new entry and the previous balance is of the same side, they must be added to compute for the new balance and the side of the previous balance must be retained. So medyo mahaba pero mas maintindihan natin pag gumamit tayo ng example. Again, we will use yung vehicles at saka yung capital account. So sa vehicle, okay, meron tayong bagong entry dated October 3. No? So, debit 500. So, yung ating previous balance, ayan, 1 million debit. Tapos, ito yung ating bagong entry, 500,000 na debit. So, kung mapapansin natin, pareho sila ng side. Yung previous balance is a debit, yung bagong entry ay debit. Kaya naman, pag-aadin natin silang dalawa, 1 million previous balance plus yung 500,000 na bagong entry. That will give you a new balance of 1,500,000. And then, ang masusunod ay debit pa din kasi pareho naman silang debit, so pinagsama lang natin. For the next example, yung capital account. Ang previous balance niya is 1,300,000 na credit, tas meron tayong bagong entry na 200,000 credit din. So, dahil pareho sila, what we will do is, pag-aadin lang natin silang dalawa. 1,300,000 plus 200, 1,500,000. Kaya, ang balance natin is 1,500,000 at yung nasunod na sign ay, or side ay credit. Kasi pareho naman silang credit na pinagsama lang natin. Third rule, if the new entry and the previous balance is of different sides, they must be subtracted to compute for the new balance and the side of the larger number must be used. So ngayon, gagamitin ulit natin yung vehicles at yung capital account. Meron tayong previous balance here na 1,500,000 debit. Samantala, yung bagong entry natin is 200,000 na nasa credit. So, magkaiba sila. Debit, yung dating balance, credit, yung bagong entry. So, what we will do is, kunin natin yung difference nilang dalawa. 1,500,000 na dating balance less yung new entry na 200, that will give you 1,300,000. At ang masusunod ay yung mas malaking side. So, yung 1,500,000 is debit side. Yung 200,000, credit side. So, ang masusunod, yung mas malaki, yung debit side. So, sa capital, ganun din. Previous balance, 1,500,000. At ito ay nasa credit side. Yung new entry is 100,000, nasa debit side naman. So, magkaiba. So, dahil magkaiba, we will get the difference, 1,500,000 minus 100, that will give you 1,400,000. At ang masusunod ay yung mas malaking side. So, between 1,500,000 at saka 100,000, mas malaki yung 1,500,000. Kaya ang masusunod na side ay yung credit side. So, ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin yung don'ts in posting to the ledger, yung mga hindi dapat gawin. First, don't write the account number in the PR column or posting reference column of the journal until the running balance of the ledger is computed. Okay, so ito, dinemonstrate natin yung error dito. Mapapansin natin, yung PR column ng General Journal may number na. So ito po kasing number na to ay indication na naipost na siya sa ledger. Pero pag tiningnan mo, yung ledger, wala siyang laman o walang nakasulat kahit ano. So, ang rule po, ledgers must be filled up first before writing the account number in the PR column of the General Journal. Dapat, finilapan mo muna to hanggang sa balance. Pag nakumpleto mo na siya hanggang balance, saka mo lang isusulat yung number dun sa PR column ng General Journal. So, this practice na itong pinakita ko is wrong. At ito po ay pwedeng mag-cause ng imbalance sa trial balance. Okay? So please po, strictly follow yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng steps sa pagpo-post ng journal entries to the ledger. Second, don't be selective in posting the journal entries. Anong ibig sabihin? Pansinin po natin itong ating general journal. So if you notice, yung vehicles niya walang PR number. Pero yung cash, meron. Yung nasa taas. And then, ganun din yung dito capital niya, bakante yung PR column, which means hindi pa ito na ipopost sa ledger. Pero yung unang line yung debit cash, na i-post na. Pati yung prepaid rent, bakante. And then, ang sunod lang na may number ay yung cash. 'Di ba? Yung credit cash nung October 1. Yung 150,000. So, ang nangyayari pala dito is, una niyang pinost yung cash. Kaya bungi-bungi yung PR column. Kagaya nitong prepaid insurance. Walang number. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya nakapost. Ang sunod, yung credit cash na 9,000, meron. Tapos, yung debit cash na 500,000 ng October 5, may number na 100. Pero yung loans payable, wala. So, ibig sabihin, bungi-bungi, pinipili niya yung ipopost niya, inuna niya muna lahat ng cash, nilibanan niya yung iba. Mali po ito. The journal entries must be posted from top to bottom without skipping. So kung ano po yung pagkakasunod-sunod sa general journal ng mga accounts sa entries, yun din po yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng pagpo-post mo from top to bottom. Hindi po bungi-bungi. Kasi po una, pag ganun ang ginawa mo, mas matrabaho. Kasi pag natapos mo na halimbawa, dito nga sa ating example, cash ang inuna niya. So hanggang 31, pipiliin niya yung cash. O pagkatapos nun, babalik na naman siya sa October 1, hahanapin naman niya accounts receivable. So mula 1 hanggang 31 na naman siya. Tapos babalik na naman sa 1, maghahanap na naman ng ibang account na ipopost. So mas matrabaho. At ikalawang risk po nito, posible na meron kang malibanan. Posibleng merong maiwan na journal entry, hindi mapasama sa ledger at magkokos po yun ng error sa ating trial balance sa step 3. So this practice po is wrong. Remember, the journal entries must be posted from top to bottom without skipping. Let us now summarize what we have learned. First, the chart of accounts is a list of all accounts used by an entity. The accounts are numbered in such a way that similar items are grouped. The general ledger is used to classify transactions recorded in the journal according to their effects to each account. There is a step-by-step procedure that must be followed in posting journal entries to the ledger. So this ends our discussion about posting to the ledger. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions, please use the forum posted in the ELMS. So mag-post po kayo doon para ma-tackle natin yung mga questions nyo about this topic.